Jazzy Rainey. Woo!
Thank you, Toastmasters. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Story I'm about to tell you is one that's really been very dear to me. And it's a story about change. And it's called Who Moved My Cheese? And the story takes place in a far land with 4 characters. 2 mice by the name of Sniff and Scurry, and 2 little people that's about the same size as the mice by the name of Him and Her. And they're placed in this maze. And they set out to find cheese each day. And the cheese can represent anything that any one of you here may feel is a desire, a need, or a want, or even maybe material things. So each morning, Sniff and Scurry would go out and just run out the maze and try to find cheese. And Sniff would, he would sniff it out and use his instincts because they're mice and they think simple and they live simple. So they live by their instinct. So Sniff would just sniff it out and go. Scurry would follow him, just scurry along, right? Now a lot of times, Sniff and Scurry would run into brick walls or dark alleys, or maybe sometime they would even get a little confused. Now, Him and Her, being that they are humans and they have collective thoughts, beliefs, certain upbringings, they would take their time and evaluate situations, like many of us do. So they would, map it out and use whatever kind of formats and maybe GPS. And each morning, the 4 of them would get up and go in the maze and go to find the cheese. So now, Him and Her, they're looking for that ultimate cheese, that capital C cheese. Cheese, the cheddar. Y'all know the cheddar? The cheddar. Okay? Now, one morning, as they all put on their jogging shoes and ran out, they happened to come across Section C that had a rare cheese. Nothing but cheese. So now, they all happy. All 4 of them are happy. Now, Sniff and Scurry, they take off their jogging shoes and tie it around their necks and they enjoy the cheese and loving it. Where Him and Her, they got real cut. This is more cheese. I mean, Him said, man, this is more cheese than the Lord allowed, man. We got it made, man. Yo, we macking. Okay? So now what they do is, they take off their shoes. They don't put it around their neck like Sniff and Scurry. They put it aside, put on slippers. They good to go. They got all the cheese they want, all the cheese they need. This is cheese, the Section C, baby. Capital C, cheese. Right? Now each day, they going to Section C, from home to Section C. Now, Sniff and Scurry, each morning, get up, run to Section C. They evaluate Section C, how much cheese is around. Day by day, how the cheese is, they take an inventory. While Him and Her is like, they get up a little bit later, they got it made. Because him, he's like, I'm about being big cheese in life. I'm about having the millions and, driving the Ferrari and all that. That's his cheese. Where Her is like, cheese is like just having the finer things in life. Just, having that nice house on the water and wife, kids, and a fancy car. That's his cheese. Now one morning, Sniff and Scurry go to Section C, no more cheese. So now Sniff and Scurry, they just feel, okay, it's no more cheese. So they just adapt and say, okay, it's no more cheese here, let's move on. Because they don't expect much. They live by their instincts. It's no cheese here today, it was cheese here yesterday, and they expected, it was getting down. They was doing evaluations. Let's move on. Now, him and her, they come a little later, and they find that the cheese is gone. And her looks at him and goes, no cheese. No cheese. Him so, no. Who moved my cheese? This is my cheese. Who moved my cheese? I bet Sniff and Scurry know what's going on in here. So her say, well, let's find out where Sniff and Scurry is, and they probably know, and let's go like they did. Him go, no. He's relentless. He's like, no. I want to get to the bottom of this. I want to know who moved my cheese. I'm not going nowhere. That's my cheese. I have a right to this cheese. It's my cheese. I'm the cheddar here. So as time go on, him and her back and forth every day to the same section C. No cheese. Now her say, come on, him. Let's go. Let's go see if we can find more cheese somewhere, new cheese. Him go, nah, man, it's crazy out there. It's dark out there. You know what it took for us to get to this section C? I don't go out there. You don't know what's out there. How we know that Sniff and Scurry is even safe? I'm gonna stay right here till they bring me back my cheese. Now in the meantime, Sniff and Scurry has gone along and they've run into one section, another section, a couple of wars, a couple of dead ends. But now they find an array of cheese in section N. This is even more cheese, bigger than section C. And it's greater. And it has all kinds of cheese. I mean, it has Swiss cheese, American cheese, smooth cheese, cheese of the cheese. Now, him wanted to just stay there and be stubborn, day after day, being stressed out that his cheese is no longer there. So, her said, I'm gonna go and look for new cheese. So he goes out and he looks for new cheese. And as he looks for new cheese, he writes on the wall saying, what would you do if you wasn't afraid? What would you do if you wasn't afraid? So now, Hug goes out and looks for new cheese. And as he goes out, he's marking his territory. He may find new cheeses here and there, but not enough to live off of, but just enough to survive on. So he goes back into her, hey, I found some new cheese. I was like, nah, man, I don't want that new cheese. I want my old cheese. I deserve that old cheese. And I said, come on, man. Let's go. We'll find some new cheese. We'll find some. Come on, you got to find some. Let's go. So her just leaves and leaves him behind. Now, as he going through and he discovers that if you smell the cheese often, so you know it's getting old, you know to move on. Now, as Ha was going through the maze, he happened to come across section N. And he see Sniff and Scurry chilling. They macking now. Big fat bellies, more cheese than you ever believe on. But still, they got their running shoes across their neck because they don't know if it's going to change again for them. So they ready for the change. Now, Ha understands change is good. And you have to change the cheese. You have to move with the cheese. Now, all along, he's hoping that his friend him would join him. He never did. He wanted to stay the same way he was all day, every day, without moving. And I love this story because each day that we go through our punch in, punch out, and as you know, I talk about our purpose in life, that punch in, punch out becomes that mind of the cheese. But I say to you, move with the cheese. I'm God Jazzy Rainey. I love each and every one of you. It's not a doggone thing you can do about it. Move with the cheese. Thank you.
Thank you.